At the heart of Ruqyah healing, our mission has always been clear, making sure our services are reachable and accessible, no matter where you are. But sometimes the cases we receive are far more urgent, often pushing the boundary between life and death. Today we are sharing one such case, an emergency that shook us to our core. It was the year 2022, and a close acquaintance reached out late in the evening, frantic. A woman was crying uncontrollably in a hospital, confused, unable to sleep for an entire month. Her health had deteriorated, and despair was closing in like a dark cloud. She had been a regular visitor to the emergency ward for a week, yet no medical treatment seemed to help. This was not an ordinary case. The next morning, our team jumped into action. We had to figure out whether this was a psychological breakdown or something much deeper, a spiritual affliction. After diagnosis, it became clear this was the work of the unseen. The woman, newly married, had recently moved overseas with her husband. Her family suspected that she was homesick, but something didn't add up. Her anxiety, her depression, it all seemed too sudden and too intense. As we delved deeper, we found signs of ain and hasad, but they weren't the root of her suffering. What we uncovered next changed everything. She was under attack by an entire clan of Jinn, intent on harming her and even killing her. This wasn't just any attack, it was personal. The Jinn were out for revenge, and they weren't going to stop until they got her. We realized we had to trade carefully. Instead of jumping straight for Ruqyah to drive them out, we had to understand why are they attacking her. The discovery would shake us. At first, the Jinn resisted our attempts to communicate. They were relentless, vengeful, but after persistent efforts, their leader emerged, a calm, composed presence. Through the woman he spoke, she had committed a crime against them. She had killed his only child. The story unfolded. One evening, she had walked through a park, unknowingly stepping over a Jinn child and killing him. The leader was furious, his grief unimaginable. The clan had come for justice. We tried to reason with him. How could she have known? It was an accident. His response was swift. Why didn't she recite the dua before leaving her home? That would have signaled her presence to the Jinn, preventing this tragedy. His pain was raw and his anger justified. Now we were caught in a moral dilemma. How could we convince him to forgive her when even he didn't know how to face his people and his wife? The leader insisted that she be judged in their court, and soon they brought forth their own scholar. His verdict? She must pay a fidya, a compensation for the life lost. But we pleaded for mercy. After all, it was an unseen mistake. And in the end, after long negotiations with the leader, he relented. He cried for his loss, but acknowledged our efforts. They agreed to forgive the woman and left, taking with them the black magic that had gripped her so tightly. This was the case that taught us and her an important lesson. Always remember these three things. Number one, recite the dua before leaving your home. It could prevent harm you never ever see. Number two, stay consistent with your daily askar to protect yourself from the unseen. And number three, neglecting simple acts of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can have serious consequences, sometimes for you and sometimes for others like the Jinn. This case reminds us of the unseen world's profound connection to our own. A simple oversight like neglecting a dua can invite unseen dangers. Yet, with faith, patience, and the right guidance, even the gravest situations can be resolved with mercy. Let this serve as a reminder. Our true protection lies in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which shields us from harm we cannot always see.